take a look at this equation. You might be thinking, well, I have no idea how to read that, let alone how to solve it. But we're gonna do it anyway. Good news is, you won't have to use this at all, neither in real life nor in school. Bad news is, we're gonna do this anyway. So, let's start. We have CDXV plus CCXXXVII. I'll give you those values later. So how are we gonna do this? Well, we can start here, CD. We know that this C is less than D, which means that it's actually subtracting. So instead of 500, this is now 400, which means that when adding, we have two C's down here. So if we cross one C out, this C also gets crossed out. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we can just go ahead and combine like terms. DC X X X V V I I. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, did I miss an X there? I did. Silly me. Okay, so now this becomes X as well. So we actually have DC X X X X X I I. Okay, now these are 5 X's, which means these combine into L. So our final answer is DC L I I. Really can't combine this any further, that's why it's the final answer. Okay, so let's check our math real quick. This was 415, and this was 237. Now if you do the math, $652. Okay, 652. Boom. Now, let's do subtraction. We have CDXX minus LXIX. Subtraction is a little different. It's a lot more complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by extending this. You're going to break everything down into its principal components, starting with CD on the top, which is going to become C, 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 C. And then X, X. As for LXIX, that is going to become X, 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 V, I, I. Okay, so now from here, we see that there are 2 X's at least on both parts, both subtrahends, for lack of better terms. So that means we can go ahead and cross one out, one C out, one greater place value. Okay, so now what do we have? Well, we have C, 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 so 300, and then X, 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 V, I. Now, it's time to combine like terms. We have an L here. This becomes IX again, but these will remain separate because that's obviously not the final answer. Okay, so what we have is CCC LXIX. So these 2 X's will cancel out. You're left with CCCLI. Okay, Now let's check our work. Here we had 420, and this was 69. If you do that math, $351, okay? $351.